So there is a beautiful pastime of Lord Jagannath. He taking bath and gets some cold. He gets sick. Every year he is performing these pastimes eternally. And he is now getting sick for about 2 weeks. He will get out, he will get his own room and he will be cared from his servants. He gets some reduced, not fat food, no opulent food. He gets medicine. No police. Yes. He's getting some other, he gets some healthy sugar candy, he gets some healthy tea. We have to pick some tea fresh from outside. What kind of tea we have? This mint, mainly mint. Yes. Huh? Salvia also. Yeah. Yes, we can mix it so that. And in this time also he get if some has to be something has to be repaired, painted. He gets cared for. And after this 2 weeks he is coming back and he is traveling to Vrindavan without telling Lakshmi. So Lakshmi becomes very disturbed. Where is he going? He had to go to Vrindavan. And in this Vrindavan in Jagannath Puri is about 3-4 kilometers from the original Jagannath temple to the Gundicha mandir. There he stays a few days. And then Lakshmi comes with all her guards and picks him up. And she is giving him, "You come back now." She's forcing him to get back. And before this Jagannath festival, before he goes, the Gundicha temple will be cleaned very nicely. Mahaprabhu himself cleaned the temple with all his devotees. And there was some fight who gets more dust and more whatever impurity is there together. So Mahaprabhu had much more than all others. He was taking very serious. So after this they start with the Radha Yatra. So all of them come together. 3 rathas, and they stay in Gundicha together. Our Guru Maharaj, he got our temples do just opposite. There's just a small street between. So usually Westerners not allowed to go there. But when we go on the top of our temple, we can see inside the court. We can see the darshan there. in this very auspicious place. It is like Vrindavan there. So this festival today is getting sick, is celebrated. And in India we did everybody, but we had not enough manpower now. There's only devotees could bathe Jagannath. Everywhere in Mayapur, wherever there's Jagannath, in Mayapur is also a nice Jagannath temple, little away from the main temples. This is the festival, the story today. So I thought there are some guests here. This Kinchan is here. Yes?
You can elaborate more.
Yeah. Yes, we are. I don't dare to. Those are formally initiated. Usually when we are more devotee, we could do it openly. Jagannath would sit outside and some more devotees. So Jagannath is very merciful. Patita Pavan, the savior of the fallen, the most fallen. So, yes, anyway, we are only no guest here. There was one sitting here. He left.
They arrived. Some guests arrived already. I think now we are upstairs arranging. Also the Prabhu that is organizing, he also arrived. And Mati
also. Yes. Anyway, we can hear a few pages from Srila Prabhupada's preaching about the deities. Here is an important question for those who are Vaishnava. The question is the Lord's deity form directly the Lord himself? Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna's deity form is directly Krishna himself. It is said, you are not an idol, but directly the son of Bhaja's king. The deity is the form of the Lord that accepts his devotees' worship. The Lord of our heart appears before us in the form of a deity. This is, we have to understand it like this, you know. The Lord is everywhere, the Lord is whole universe. He is the universe and he is endless, the universe. Whatever you can see, think of, even thoughts, everything is him. And he is sitting in the heart of all living beings. So because we have not the eyes to see like this, in the beginning especially, deity worship is done. So the pure devotee is calling the Lord in a big ceremony. There is fire, Homer is stone, and then many mantras are chanted. And the Lord, the pure devotee goes behind closed doors, as he called Radha Govinda, 1999, I think. Something like this. He called Radha Govinda to accept in the form. So he accepts through the form. He accepts the service of his devotees. So if we are sincere, if we can keep him here, not making offense, then the Lord will manifest in the form. He will enter the form of the Lord, deity form. So what is the Lord's deity form? The Lord's deity form is his direct manifestation to accept his devotees' offerings. Chaitanya Charitamrita states, you are not an idol, you are directly the son of the King Braja. We should not look upon the deity as if he were an idol. Unlike the conditioned souls, there is no difference between the deity's body and self. The deity is Satchit Ananda, most merciful, and an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. So he enters personally. And if there is no mistake or offenses done, then he will manifest directly to his devotees who develop faith. Yet, yes, the Lord is here. The Lord is present. So is deity worship idolatry? The godless atheists say there is no need to worship the Lord's deity. In their opinion, deity worship is against Vedic injunction. They say the Vaishnavas' deity worship is like the Buddhist philosophy, unauthorized. If they are fortunate, they will one day understand that to bestow mercy on the living entities, the Supreme Lord has appeared in this world, in his deity. The proxy of replica of the spiritual subject matter, which is not perceived through the material senses, appears before us in the form of the deity. Holy name, pictures, and so on. The Lord's holy name is the Lord himself. To think there's a difference between the Lord and his name, form, qualities, and pastimes is to oppose the conception of Advaya Jnana. Therefore my spiritual master used to warn us that we should never consider the Lord's deity a material object meant for our enjoyment. To do so is to commit an offense, leading to hell. Due to ignorance of our relationship with Krishna, we consider the Lord's deity separate from the Lord. This mentality is most unfortunate. The Supreme Person of Godhead, Sri Gauranga Dev, says in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ishvarera Sri Vigraha Sachitanandakara, Sri Vigraha Sattvagunera Vighara, Sri Vigraha Ye Namani, Srita Pashandi, Adrishya Aspashya Sahaya Yamatanti. Oh. The transcendental form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is complete in eternity, cognizance and bliss. However, you describe this transcendental form as a product of material goodness. One who does not accept the transcendental form of the Lord is certainly an agnostic. Such a person should be neither seen nor touched. Indeed, he is subject to be punished by Yamaraj. Yamaraj, Yamatanti means with a Tanda. So idol worshippers are degraded because they consider the Lord's deity form stone. They sing Shalakam Shilas and Gandhaki Shilas are nothing but ordinary stone. They also sing the spiritual master, an ordinary human being. This is hellish mentality. The Vaishnavas are not idol worshippers. They do not consider the worshipable deity a stone. They do not begin to worship before they have purified themselves thoroughly. They do not worship with their material senses, by which external objects related to form, taste and smell are accepted. By serving the Supreme Lord, who is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss with their spiritual senses, they give pleasure to their worshipable Lord. Sri Chaitanya has displayed the pastime of seeing Sri Jagannath Dev as non-different from Krishna, the son of Nanda. He did not worship with the same conception of the idol worshippers, that the Lord had manifested within the neem wood. Rather he said, you are not an idol, you are directly the son of Nanda Maharaj. Some people say that deity worship is a means to an end. Is this correct? It's a means, it's a way to attain the goal. Is this correct? It is a huge blasphemy to say that deity worship is a means to an end. Srimad Mahaprabhu states, Prakita karya mane Vishnu karivara, Vishnu nindara nahi, iharu upara. One who considers the transcendental body of Lord Vishnu to be made of material nature is the greatest offender at the lotus feet of the Lord. There is no greater blasphemy against the Supreme Person of Godhead. So even it seems to us he is made of stone, he is beautiful made, or he is not good carved, or whatever external we may see. This is not the proper vision, how we see the Lord, how we can see the Lord. The Lord is the most beautiful, the most powerful. He is everything. And He is also a person. And He is present everywhere. and he says, Ishvara Shivikraha Sachit Anandakara Shivikrahe Ghahe Shattakunera Vikara Shivikrahena Mane Saidava Shandi Atvashya Aspashya Sahaya Yamatandi. This we had already. The transcendental form of the Supreme Person of Godhead is complete in eternity, cognizance and bliss. However, you describe this transcendental form as a product of material goodness. One who does not accept the transcendental form of the Lord is certainly an agnostic. Such a person should be neither seen nor touched. Indeed, he is subject to be punished by Yamaraj. So when we approach Krishna, deity form, we have to approach with our spiritual senses, not with these eyes, these mundane eyes and touch or mundane senses. They are useless. He is not of this nature. So, if you think the Lord is made of stone, then you meditate about stone. The external manifestation. But actually, He is the one who is sitting in the same, who is sitting in your heart. And you must see it with the eye of your heart, with the eye of your heart. He is the same. He is non-different. So this is a spiritual life, a spiritual understanding. Lord Vishnu's deity form is fully spiritual. He is not a man-made God like the ordinary demigods. Chaitanya Charitamrita states, Namikaha Sarupa Dina Ekarupa Dine Vilanahi Dina Chit Ananda Rupa. The Lord's holy name, His form and His personality are all one and the same. There is no difference between them. Since all of them are absolute, they are all transcendently blissful. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna's deity form is directly Krishna. The deity is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord, worshipable Lord of our heart, mercifully manifests Himself externally in the form of a deity. Is there any question on this? Or can we understand it? How to approach the Lord? This is you are able to hear some more of this, because there's 3 pages, but it's much disturbance. Hinduism. This is Hinduism. Hare Krishna. And this Kali Yuga. what two representatives of the Supreme Lord exist in this world. There are two representatives of the Supreme Lord in this world. The transcendental sound vibration of the Lord's holy name and the Lord's deity, who enjoys eternal spiritual pastimes. We cannot see with our eyes, smell with our nose, taste with our tongue, or touch with our body. That object that is at present far from us, just as we cannot touch London with any of our senses from this place. None of the above four senses can touch an object situated at such a distance. All we can do is use our sense of hearing to gather knowledge about that object. We can learn about London even while sitting here by hearing about it. Perhaps over the telephone. Reading is considered an extension of hearing because printed words are simply visualized sounds. The scripture is revealed, transcendental sound that has been visualized in the form of writing. We can hear the transcendental sound vibration through writing vibrations that we made by sadhus thousands of years ago. Therefore the Shastra, the work of saintly persons in the deity form of the transcendental sound vibration. This month a man from Hungary, did he come? Oh. And so he went away. Oh. Ah. Krishna. Therefore the Shastra, the work of saintly persons, is in the deity form of transcendental sound vibration. Mundane sound does not work in the same way. With mundane sound there is a difference between the name of an object and the object itself. For example, the sound London is different from the place London. The sound water is different from the substance that is water. In the spiritual world there is no difference between an object's name and the object itself. In Vaikuntha the sound and the object are synonymous. A name and the object itself. In Vaikuntha, sound and the object are synonymous. A name is non-different from the person who is called by that name. This is a very high level, because this is an absolute reality when we come on this place. When we speak the word Krishna, Krishna manifests. But when we speak Krishna, then what is manifesting? Everybody has his own, lives in his own universe, and these things are manifesting. So the name is has this power, but how can I approach this? The Lord's holy names are not products of matter, but have incarnated from Vaikuntha. Maya has no jurisdiction over the transcendental sound vibration that have descended into this world. Such transcendental sound is directly Supreme Brahman, who is full of spiritual variegatedness. Therefore those who constantly hear transcendental sound are constantly in touch with the Supreme Brahman. Just as a person who lives at a distance from an object gathers information about that object with the help of transcendental sound. And upon meeting the object, offers prayers, praise and adoration, thereby attaining proper realization of the object. Similarly, in the spiritual sense, it is vital to hear transcendental sound vibration. If one wishes to understand the supreme object, it is true both for the Sadhaka and the Siddha. Jagat Guru Sri Chaitanya Deva just rule among acharyas glorify the process of hearing transcendental sound, and taught us to engage in the congregational chanting of the Lord's holy name as both our sadhana and our satya. So the process of going, practicing and the goal. Chanting becomes useless when the Supreme Lord is not beneficiary of the chanting, but we use it to fulfill some temporary self-interest. If a servant calls the master to eat, or the master's wife and children call him to give him pleasure, would he consider such calling in vain? Rather, to refrain from calling is useless. Devotees chant Krishna's holy name simply to give pleasure, to serve him, and not to fulfill their own sense gratification. So we do not care about those who consider the deity an idol. The Lord's daily form is his merciful incarnation, who enjoys eternally pastimes in Vaikuntha as well as in the material world. The deity is a direct manifestation of the Lord's personal form. As such, is non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Deity is supremely worshipable. Lord Chaitanya said about the deity that he was not an idol but directly the son of Nanda Maharaj. So Vaishnavas are not idol worshippers who simply imagine that the Lord has a material form, nor do they deny that the Lord has any form at all. Such thoughts are for those endowed with material conceptions. To them, any form reflected in the heart must be an idol. Impersonalists worship matter as the Supreme Lord, and they are therefore idol worshippers under the shelter of imaginary formlessness. We see the Lord's spiritual form as Satchit Ananda, not as lumps of matter. Thus we worship him with the proper recitation of mantras and devotion-filled hearts. It is only possible to communicate with the Lord when we are living our spiritual propensity. Only those whose intelligence and current of thoughts have been materially influenced, who have no information about spiritual propensities, consider the deity an idol. The Lord's daily form is worshipped by chanting his holy name. So spirit is only worshipped by spirit, not to physical activities. The most important thing is my attitude. What is the reason why I do what I'm doing? I want to please him. I'm not the physical external activities. This is not service. My mind or my whole thing will be in the material plane, fruitive thinking. This is not accepted. We cannot enter there. We cannot please, or we cannot get the contact, or we can realize the spiritual plane and the spiritual form of the Supreme Lord. So spirit is served only by spirit. And yet for this we have to become very truthful in our heart. There's no way of cheating. Cheating cannot, Krishna cannot cheat. You must speak pure-hearted. Yes, my Lord, I am yours. You are the master of everything. You have created everything. It belongs to you. It's created by you. It's enjoyed by you. And I am included in these things. Let me be again your servant. Let me be a part of your pastimes. So this is transcendental plane. So Srila Prabhupada gives an idea what is spiritual and what is not spiritual. This book. Yes. It is not, it is beyond all imaginations what we have in this material world. It is beyond how you want to escape from this material world when you just decide always give me more, or let me enjoy this, or you just want to influence the external nature to get health, to get long life, to get money, or to get so many things, whatever exists. It is manifested because of our desire. It's giving us this. Don't understand. This is not the world where you will find the real happiness, the real thing. They are waiting now for prasad. Yes, we have the same. Prasad was the secret code. We can stop here. Is there anything clear? Nobody. Anyway, you're repeating the teachings of our acharyas and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Bhagavatam. So we are not changing anything. We are not adding anything. We are not speculating about. We accept as the pure souls give it to us. And we will, by acceptance, we will realize, we will understand, hey, I'm not from this plane, nothing to do, this is a dream, what I'm going through now. It will have an end. Nobody is shocked. No, we don't care. It's a long time. It is... Sri Radhe, Sri Radhe. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jai Guru Premanandi. Mansakalpatarubhyascha. Kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo. Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.